Long before my garden is ever full and beautiful and lush, long before I ever plant much in here, I start my seeds one by one inside under grow lights in my basement. And I lovingly take care of them and baby them until they are big enough and until the weather conditions are right to put them outside. But what do you do when you do all that? You think you're doing everything right, and they're not growing. That's what happened to me. Today, I'm sharing what I tried to fix it, what finally worked, and what I think the culprit actually was. Because if it can happen to me, maybe it can happen to you too. Welcome back to the Provident Gardener, where we believe anyone can grow their own food, preserve it, and enjoy it. My name is Amanda, and today was actually supposed to be a video of me reviewing all the different ways I started my seeds this year. But something went wrong. They all stopped growing. So I felt like I couldn't adequately review those things because there was another factor influencing my seedlings. So come back with me several weeks and I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how I tried different things and ultimately figured out what was going wrong. Now we are coming up on 5 and 6 weeks since I started my tomatoes and peppers indoors, and they germinated great. They got a great start, but they haven't grown in weeks. They are nowhere near the size that they should be. And this was really starting to stress me out. I was thinking, okay, even though I tried some different kinds of new containers, I still did the old ones, and those still aren't doing well. So my containers are the same. I'm using the same potting soil I've used for years. I have the same lighting setup I've used for years. I'm watering them the same. What is going on? Now I called Kylene and I said, help, this is a big deal. I need help. I don't know why these aren't growing. And she said, do you still have them on heat mats? And I said, well, no, I took them off the heat mats as soon as they germinated, because sometimes if you leave them on the heat mats too long, they can get leggy and be unhealthy. She said, where it's in your basement, in your storage room, if it's in the 60s down there, that is not warm enough for those plants to grow. They don't like it. So we've thrown the heat mats back under these. We do not have heat mats under a couple of them. We're going to wait a week and compare and see what has happened. And hopefully that has solved the problem. But it just goes to show you that even people who have been gardening for a long time and had a lot of success still have struggles and, quite frankly, some failures to figure out. And this is kind of a big deal because these are my peppers and my tomatoes. These are the two biggest crops we grow every year, and they need plenty of time to get started indoors and be established before we plant them outside, because these crops take a long time to grow. And I don't have a long enough growing season to keep having to start them over and over again if they're not working. Now, another thing I also tried to troubleshoot why they weren't growing was I got a soil pH tester. It tests the pH of your soil, the temperature, the moisture level. I tested all those things with this device and everything was fine. So what was keeping my seedlings from growing? It has been about a week since I decided to put these seedlings back on heat mats. And I don't think it's really done anything. I had a fan going in here because you need to have airflow to help make these seedlings strong, but I turned the fan off because I worried it was making it too cold. We put them back on the heat mats. I actually didn't have enough heat mats for everything. So some of them have not been on heat for the last week. And those look about the same as the ones that I did put on heat. I think there's been a tiny bit of growth, but nothing different between the two. So in my mind, maybe the heat has helped a little bit, turning the fan off has helped, but I don't think it made a monumental difference. These need to be growing more. The next thing I'm going to try is the soil. I have used this same potting soil to start my seeds for years. It's from a local nursery. I buy fresh from them every year. Maybe something was up with their potting soil this year. So I'm going to do a little experiment. I have our experiment all set up here. These 8 in front, I didn't touch, left exactly the same in the same soil. These 8 here in the middle, I added a little bit of plant food to according to the directions on this bottle here. You don't have to use this kind of plant food. There are several kinds you can use. These 8 in the back here, I completely changed out the soil. I planted them up into new, different potting soil, a different brand from what I had been using. So we're gonna wait about another week and see if we can observe any change. It has now been 12 days since I did my little test with my seedlings here to try to figure out how to fix them. And as I predicted, I really think it was the potting soil I used that I've used for 5 years, and it's been great. And for whatever reason this year, I don't know if it just didn't have the nutrients needed or what. I did it with with some of my tomatoes and some of my peppers. The tomatoes and peppers that I just left the same as the control, they look about the same. Still very sad and not growing. The tomatoes and peppers that I gave plant food to, but left in the same soil, look much better. And then the same with the tomatoes and peppers that I put in just brand new potting soil, a completely different potting soil from a different source. Also look much better. I will say on the tomatoes with the plant food versus the new potting soil, it might appear initially that the plant food has more growth, but I almost think it's just a little bit leggier. I don't know, it's about the same here. I do think on the peppers, the ones I gave plant food to, look like they have a little more growth on them. But the ones that I put in the new potting soil still grew. They're still getting more of those true leaves. So while I am sad that I have lost out on several weeks of growing time, I'm glad I'm finding a solution. I am now going to pot up all of my plants into the new potting soil, but it's frustrating that this is a project that's going to take me several days because I have hundreds of plants, but it's worth it to have good starts to put in my garden in just a few more weeks. So now to get to work, it's going to take a while, but I'll get them all potted up in the new soil, and in another week or so, come back and report and see if it worked for everything. So after I did that experiment and figured out it was something to do with the soil, they weren't getting the nutrients they needed, I planted up all of my peppers and tomatoes into new potting soil, a completely different brand from a completely different place. And even a couple weeks after I did that, I gave them a little bit of plant food to just give them an extra boost. Transplanting all of these took over a week, on and off. It took a long time. But I'm so happy to report that they are doing so much better and they are growing. Like, look at these tomatoes. Look at all the true leaves they have. Look at how big they are getting. Not all of them are like this because some of them were really suffering, but they are all putting on new growth and doing well. And in just a few weeks, they will be ready to put out here in the garden when we are well past that danger of a frost and grow even more and eventually produce for us. Now, I want to point out one more thing that just confirmed to me that the soil was the problem. Because sometimes, you might think, well, she didn't transplant when she needed to, or, they needed bigger containers to be able to grow. One, that wasn't the case because I planted in small cells to these big cups to my milk jugs. And I'm having the same problem with this winter sowing. This lettuce has been in here. Did I put a date on here? I planted this February 1st. And yes, it's all crowded in here and there is a lot, but I've done this for a lot of years. This lettuce, without me having transplanted it and separated it and put it somewhere else so that it has more room to grow, should be at least like this tall, like a few more inches. It's just not growing. And it's the case with every container, every method that I planted this year in this soil. It just didn't grow. Sometimes things just go wrong when it comes to gardening, and you have to do a little bit of detective work. And that's what I had to do to save my seedlings and figure out how to get them growing again. From thinking about light, water, soil, pH, temperature, there were a lot of things I considered when it came to figuring out why my seedlings weren't growing. And because I didn't give up, because I was willing to try several times and even conduct an experiment, I solved my problem, and now my seedlings are on their way again. So the next time you feel like something is going wrong in your garden, don't give up. Do some research, do some experimenting, play detective, and I promise you, you can figure out what's going on and how to solve your problem. If you've ever had something like this happen in your garden, I would love to hear about it. What happened and how did you figure out how to solve it? And if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything coming here on the Provident Gardener all season, all year long. We're here every week to help you learn, grow, preserve, and enjoy every bit of your garden. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, don't be afraid to get a little dirt under your fingernails so you can turn that dirt into dinner.